Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls of all ages. Back to Monkey back again with another video of singles. Bojingles. Okay, so we are in between Secrets of Strixhaven and the what was that? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. And yeah, I decided to get some singles. And well, I'm really excited for Strixhaven. I did like that particular plane when it came out. And well, I think I had a couple of choice cards from previous sets that I don't have yet in my collection. So I've decided to pick a couple of singles and let me share that with you guys. So again, let me just take out the chaff here from one of my sellers. Let's just see if there's anything there. Okay, we have a foil Mero Sky Swimmer, Unexpected Assistance. Okay, there you go. Foil. Feed the Flames. So this is from Lorwyn. Chitinous Graspling, Gnarlbark Elm, and a Gold Meadow Nomad. So all foils. This guy probably opened a collector booster, right? Okay, so let's get to the cards that I was looking to get. Let's start from the back to the front. First one would be Academy Ruins. So this is a legendary land. You tap it for colorless, and then you can pay 2, tap, put target artifact card from your graveyard on top of your library. I do have a deck with Joyra, the one that you can tap to put counters and then play a artifact card from your hand. So this is a good pickup to be able to, recur some artifacts that would eventually head to the bin. So this is just a nice small upgrade for that deck. I realized, because I'm not very good with real estate in Magic. I always like the flashy cards, right? But real estate's not really my thing. But I'm starting to see that, for me to optimize some of my decks, I have to upgrade the land. So reason for the Academy Ruins. Okay, next card would be, Unstoppable Slasher. So this is coming from the Duskmourn set. 3 to cast, Zombie Assassin 2/3 with Death Touch, and whenever Slasher deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. And when it dies, if it had no counters on, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with 2 stun counters on it. So this is just a nice card, as a threat. Not sure if this would eventually, hit a player, but I'm sure it will. And, removing half a player's life is definitely something that would draw some eyes. But yeah, let's see. This could be a threat or decoy for some, combat trick or something like that. So yeah, nice to have this. I don't have this yet in my deck, and this is the, my collection, and this is the showcase version of that. So let's put that over here because it's showcase. Okay. Next up, we have a Enduring Tenacity. So this is also from Duskmourn. It's a enchantment creature, Snake Glimmer for 4. So it has a Sanguine Bond sort of deal. Gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And then when it dies, it comes back as an enchantment. So which is pretty cool. So at least if it gets removed once, it can come back unless it's exiled. And it actually costs cheaper than a Sanguine Bond, right? It's only 4 compared to 5 mana. For that spell. So pretty nice upgrade for me. So I'll put that over here as a borderless card. And then we have a Tanuk Steadfast Second. So this is a mythic for the cast Kavu Pilot legendary with 3/5 power and toughness. And it's from Edge of Eternities. And so what does it do? It gives others haste, and artifact and red cards in your hand have warp. So what does that mean? When you cast a card from your hand for its warp cost, exile the permanent at the beginning of your next end step, then you may cast it from exile on a later turn. So pretty cool. So just a regular mythic, I will put that over there. Certainly there are some uses for this card, but yeah, it's a nice mythic I don't have yet in my collection, so nice to have it there. Next up, we have a Assault Intercessor. So this is 1 white and black, 3/2 for a Astartes Warrior with First Strike and Menache. It has Chainsword, so whenever a creature an opponent control dies, that player loses 2 life. So nice damage dealing effects. Yep, so I'll just put that over here. Okay, next we have, ooh, okay, this is a showcase version of Charred Foyer or Warped Space. So this is a enchantment room. Again, this is something that is unique to Edge of Eternities, where you have these sort of bimodal cards, but are enchantments, right? And you can unlock the other room, or basically play the other side of the enchantment once it's on the battlefield. So Charred Foyer is 4 to cast red. Beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. And the Warped Space is pay 4. Once each turn, you may pay 0 rather than the mana cost for a spell you cast from exile. So I actually have this in my Prosper deck. And actually I do have this card, but I wanted to just upgrade it a little bit and get the borderless version rather than the regular pack card. So nice to have this in my collection, and we'll definitely add this in my deck. Okay, now for the last 4. So these ones I think have a little bit more value. Next up, we have a Buster Sword. So this is coming from the Final Fantasy set. It's a 3 to cast artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+2. And whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to the player, draw a card, then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. So, interesting card. I don't know, this may cost a little bit too much to play unless you're in an equipment deck. 3 and then 2. But yeah, this is a good effect. Actually, this is quite valuable. I think this is like maybe $40 or something like that. I don't have one yet, so I wanted to pick one up, although I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this card in any of my decks. But yeah, nice to just have this in the collection. Okay, so moving on, we have Krang, Utrom Warlord. So this is from the just finished Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. And this is an interesting card. So 9 to cast, and it has Flying, Trample, Indestructible, and Haste. And other artifact creatures you control have Flying, Trample, Indestructible, and Haste. So it's kind of like, what is it? Chroma's Memorial, or one of those Chroma something, I don't know, one of those angel thingies. So it's Flying, Trample, Indestructible, Haste. Now the thing is, given it's an artifact, there's lots of ways to cheat this onto the battlefield, and this is pretty good. And again, I did mention I have a Joyer deck, which is replete with artifact creatures, so this would be pretty good coming out early, cheating this into the battlefield, and then swooping in for the kill with my evasive, indestructible, and hasty tramply creatures. So nice to have, and definitely will go into one of my decks. Okay, second to the last card will be Sire of Seven Deaths. So this is from the Magic Foundation set. This is quite unique. So this is a mythic, 7 to cast. It has First Strike, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Lifelink, and has Ward, pays 7 life. So this is a pretty big boy. Nice to have on the battlefield, although it is, I would say, a little bit expensive for a 7/7. But having said that, all those keywords, right? First Strike, Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, and Lifelink. So this is gonna be a threat on the battlefield. Again, good way to sort of draw the attention of other players to the thing that you want to do, or it could just really be a big beefy creature to do a beatdown. So again, this will probably go into my Joyra deck, because I have a way to make my cards into artifacts. Okay, so next we have a Tyvar the Pummeler foil. So this is from Duskmourn. I managed to pick up this nice full art foil version of Tyvar. So it's 3 to cast, Elf Warrior, legendary, 3/3. So tap another creature you control. Tyvar the Pummeler gains indestructible turn. Tap it, then you can pay 3 and 2 green pips. Creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So this is kind of like a I don't know, budget version of, I mean, from a mana cost perspective of, what's that, Kamal card. Like it's a 8 or 9 to cast, and during combat your creatures get +3/+3. So this is kind of like that, but sort of half the cost, but you have to pay right? The mana for the buff, which I do have a deck, which is Grand Warlord Rada, where you can generate mana based on the number of creatures that attack. So during the attack phase, I can actually use that to pump creatures up. And if I'm generating more mana, then I can actually pay like twice or thrice this, right, to get more power toughness onto the board. So yeah, this is a nice pickup for me. I'll put that over here. So just a few choice pieces for the collection and upgrades to my decks. It'll be nice to see some of these in play, and hopefully I can get some good wins with them. Okay, anyway, we still have Strixhaven coming up in the next few weeks. Once I have it, I'll get into it, and I think I was able to get a what was that? A Codex bundle, a play booster, and a collector booster. So looking forward to that. So until the next time, I'll see you guys. Take care. Bye bye.